This is a placeholder song until we replace the old song. This is a placeholder song for Is This Anything?
Yo, check out this day. I didn't lose money today. And look at this.
Ooh.
I traded Apple today, right? Take a look at that's the stonk market.
Aye.
But I was trading this one. The one
You were the green boy.
It's the one green and a sea of red.
I like it. I like that my friend Rob is doing stocks. He's doing stonks.
I've never heard anyone genuinely say stonks, but I like it.
Stonks.
Yeah, it kind of takes the edge off when I talk about it.
Here's the thing. Saying stonks makes you sound not like a douchebag. You know what I mean?
As I said, it takes that edge off. You know, I can say it and I don't feel stupid.
Being somebody who trades stocks, somebody who knows about the market, like it is impossible to not sound like a Wall Street douchebag. But when you say stonks, you sound like a fun Reddit ding dong.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Oh no, yeah. I'm not a pretentious a-hole. I'm an idiot who
Who's
love
in the stonk
Reddit.
market.
Yeah, exactly. That's way better. Way preferable to be a lovable idiot than to be a Wall Street d-bag.
You just made me think of a good idea. There should be escapism rooms. Just a bunch of drugs, video games, and
that sounds amazing. I'm in.
and fantastical
Sign
movies.
me up.
That's it. You're not trying to leave.
Escape rooms are like,
It's
all right, you've got 59 minutes to get out of this room. Escapism rooms, all right, you got 59 minutes. Be in this room. Just be in this room.
Just be.
Whatever. Just leave your troubles behind you. You're in debt. Not in this room. You're not. Just...
I'm having a bad hair day, guys.
No, you're not. You look great.
Not good.
What don't you like about it?
It's usually better.
It's tough because, you know, when you're convinced that you have a bad hair day, like nobody can unconvince you of that.
I'm gonna go get myself some more coffee while we're waiting for Brett.
Do it.
Fix your hair.
You fucking animal.
God, she looked so bad.
I mean, I just feel like you have to say that to be nice. But I mean, like, didn't you know we were recording an episode today? Like,
She had time.
Like, don't you have a brush? You know?
Right. And I feel like the air in Albuquerque is dry enough where it's like, it's not like it's gonna.
Yeah, there shouldn't be that frizz, you know?
Exactly.
You should look better. You have everything working for you. You're young.
You're in your own home.
You're in Albuquerque.
Yeah. I hope she comes back with a hat.
I hope so too. Not because it'd be funny, but because it would be aesthetically necessary.
Exactly. I'm supposed to teach. Oh God, I should probably catch up on that.
You're tooting later.
I'm tooting, rootin' tootin', fresh and fruity, and I got to do cellular respiration.
You gotta teach that.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
know.
you do cellular respiration like
All
just
the time.
automatically, you know?
No, what I'm saying is I'm low on energy. I need to do cellular respiration to gear myself up for the rest of my day, Jarret.
Oh, okay.
I need the glucose molecules to break down in a series of steps, providing my body ATPs. There we go. That's much
go.
better. Good. I mean, the hat's like so-so, but it's better than the hair.
This is a hypothetical for you,
Hi,
Rob.
Brett.
Hey, Brett. Let us know when you're ready. It looks like you're still doing things.
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're ready.
But
All right,
Leedy's
your
gone.
audio is a little low, Brett.
A little low. Okay.
How's
Yeah.
my audio? Too loud? Because remember, it's been loud for several episodes now, and I don't know what.
Oh,
I
we
mean,
remember.
Now this is me, and this is me talking way too close to the microphone.
Yeah, that's way too loud, Rob. But if you're probably not going to talk like that on the episode.
Yeah, but if I do, like, I really don't want me to be as loud as I've been. I
Why
keep on
are our
having to
sound
take
checks
myself
the
down.
most fun? Like, it's not supposed to be this way. All right, guys. All right, I have a thing to share. So I'm not even waiting for anybody to ask me if I have anything to share.
Love
okay?
it. Jump right in there.
I mentioned on a previous episode that we had a radiator leak in my apartment. It has completely warped the floor. We have a little mini skate park in our apartment right now. When I got back from Thanksgiving, it got worse, which is like, it's totally livable for me. Like, I don't mind. But the thing that's annoying is that we have to get it fixed, and scheduling it to get fixed is going to be a bit of a bear. So now there's a big bubble underneath the bed that has lifted the bed 4 inches off the ground.
Oh my God.
On one corner. It's like a this bed now. All right.
That's insane.
So Kirsten has this job that she is just crushing it, but she's working so hard all the time. She's working mostly from home, and she's still in on the West Coast right now because she has like a big meeting with Amazon. And so I, being a good fiance, was like, you know what? I'm going to try to get this fixed before she gets back. She's going to get back. Floor is going to be perfect. So I get back. I go right to the front desk. I go, hey, they were waiting to schedule the floor thing until I got back. I want to know if we can do it this week. Let me know. And so then I went about my life. I got a message this morning that said, floor people are confirmed for tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. Floor getting fixed. And I was like, wow, perfect. I texted Kirsten, great news.
That's the only circumstance in which you want to get a text that says floor people confirmed for tomorrow. The floor people are coming.
No. Confirmed tomorrow.
Oh, God.
So official.
I text Kirsten, great news. The floor is going to be done when you get back. She goes, yay. You're such a great fiance. I love you. And I go, I am great. And then I spend the entire afternoon moving everything from the bedroom into the living room and moving the things in the living room around so the things in the bedroom can fit in the living room. And I call
I'm so excited. This is going to work out.
There's like 3 or 4 things that are a little big and heavy. So I texted a friend of mine who lives really close. I was like, hey, man, do you mind coming over this evening and just help me move a couple of things? And he was like, you got it, man. And I'm like, looking forward to that. And then everything is done. I go into the living room. I'm playing video games. I'm having a great time. I get a call from the front desk. They go, Mr. Barrettstein just wanted to confirm that we got the floor people. They are coming on Monday and Tuesday. And I go, that is not the message that I got. They said, oh, sorry. No, the message here says Monday, Tuesday. I was like, well, the email that I got said tomorrow. And then the manager got on the phone and he was like, yeah, sorry. The floor people canceled for Wednesday. No. The earliest they can do it is Monday. And so I'm just like, I spent all afternoon moving shit from the bedroom into the living room. I got to call up my friend that I canceled a lunch. I moved a thing all over the place. I had to rearrange. And then I had to call up Kirsten and go, Kirsten, I'm sorry, baby. The floor is not going to be done by the time you get back. And now we just sort of like have to arrange our life around living out of the living room now.
My family was meant to move my dad into his new place, like a facility where they'll give him his medication at the right times and stuff like that, because he's having all kinds of issues like with memory ever since his bypass. And so we're like, this is going to be much healthier for him. We've arranged everything over like, when can we move him in? My sister's like, okay, this is the weekend. Brett will be back from tour. I'll do this. Brett will do this. Seth will do this. We're all like, this is the weekend. My sister's boyfriend is like, he's arranging his life around it. We're doing so much prep
people
work.
Coming on. Yeah. They're confirmed. The floor people are gonna come.
Floor people are coming.
Floor people. And then like right before Thanksgiving, they are like, hey, we got a prescription from the doctor that says iron and fish oil. And it's kind of illegible. We're not sure how much. And so we can't move him in until that happens. Also, happy Thanksgiving. Bye. And then the doctor's gone for Thanksgiving and they're gone for Thanksgiving. And we're just like, it was just exactly what you're talking about is like, now we have to arrange everything. We have to hope that Monday morning, we have to cancel the U-Haul. We have to hope that Monday morning my dad will like be able to move in, that the doctor will get back to them and get the right prescription. And then I'm like, I'm staying over to keep an eye on my dad because the people that we had watching, like helping out, they were expecting to be gone by then. And then we have to take the cats over separately. Then my brother's like bringing as much stuff as he can over. It was just, oh my God, it's been a doozy.
That is a nightmare, man. I'm sorry I had to deal with that. The healthcare industry and the floor industry are such a miasm of just like difficult bureaucracy.
Where's Joe
for
Biden?
No reason. Universal floor care. There is a bill on his desk waiting to get signed.
I'll tell you what, it's the goddamn Republicans in the Senate.
Because you know what? Because everybody makes money. Everybody makes money when your floor is worked.
Right.
And you can't, and you got to move things back and forth.
We need floor reform.
Floor reform.
Oh,
boy. Well, we're in the same emotional place then, right?
That exact same emotional place.
And the stakes could not be more even. Unlike my floor. Anything else for the catch-up, guys? Anything else that we got?
Nah, I want to just do some bits.
Let's do some bits.
I think of something later I'll talk about.
Leedy, great hat. Our order this week is Jarret, Rob, Brett.
Ooh,
Yeah.
strong. Yes.
Strong.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Jarret, Rob, Brett. Okay.
That's you.
Yes.
Jarret Bernstein. Did you not hear that? He needs that lead in.
Jarret
Okay. Bernstein.
All right, here's the bit. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. This is very ill constructed, so just follow me on this. I was watching an old movie the other day, and it reminded me of how much different things are now and how much worse capitalism has made everything. Like, it's made success so impossible. It used to be so easy. College used to cost like a nickel. Every job was a living wage. Knowing that, I have complete and unwavering sympathy for anybody who is living in poverty today, and zero sympathy for anybody who lived in poverty then. It's like, it was so easy. It was so easy. You could have gotten a college degree for like $25. Every job was basically like a CEO, I guess. You know, if you were homeless back then, you were a lazy idiot. That's all I got.
That's really funny.
So yeah, I was thinking about the juxtaposition of like watching an old movie and seeing like The Little Tramp, you know, is like this guy, Charlie Chaplin, this guy can't get a break. You know, he's always, you know, short on money and stuff like that. And it's like, what was stopping you? There were union jobs. There were good union jobs back then. Something like that. I don't know. That's the idea.
What if you watch Trading Places and you're like, I don't like Richard Pryor's character.
Trading Places, Eddie Murphy, you racist.
Eddie Murphy. But yeah, he's I haven't seen it. I don't actually think I've seen this whole thing, but it's he's a broke person who trades lives with a rich person.
Yeah, that's the basic gist. But that's the thing. It's like that movie, I believe, took place in the 80s, which is when all of the mechanisms of destroying the middle class so that more money could get shuttled to the rich people and the poor people would get even more poor. That's when all that stuff sort of like started metastasizing. It had been sort of like in the works since the Nixon administration, but then Reagan kind of came in and just like put a sledgehammer to everything. So I would not use like a movie from the 1980s as an example, but like the 1950s or 60s, I think is a little bit more
that. Yeah,
in vain.
My
there.
note was going to be that I think that you're picking like a weird window. I think you have to be very narrow with this like post World War II
with the boom,
pre Reagan era whatever thing. That then I'd follow the logic of your joke, because my brain couldn't help but think of like, wait, how far back are you talking exactly? Like, when you said Charlie Chaplin, I'm like, what? I mean, it's like,
that one didn't really work.
The Depression after
Could you take it even further to, instead of just like people who are broke, but just like anybody who's upset about anything? You're like, why are these 12 men so angry? What do they have to be angry about?
Funny.
Okay, that's good. I need to look for like movies from the 1950s where that specifically was occurring.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you want me to just bring up a list of?
Let's do it. Now this can be period pieces as well, right? Like modern day movies made about people back then.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Okay, we've got the 10 Commandments. Well,
yes, there we go.
It have to be done.
Sorry, this is made
Episode
in the 50s.
over. Next up, we got
Get a job. I don't understand.
those are commandments 1 through 10.
Should I name these or only ones that I recognize? Because I don't know a lot of these. We've got An Affair to Remember, Imitation of Life, Queen Bee.
Ooh, the Beyonce documentary that came out in the 50s.
The Red Balloon, I know that one. Hercules. These don't seem like these
are hard.
take
These are hard.
place.
Well, these are all period pieces back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we have to see movies about the 1950s.
I like it. You're like, I'm going to Google movies from the 1950s. All right. Cleopatra, Julia.
It's gonna be the same
God.
list. Okay.
This is tougher than I thought. Okay. Because you're kind of coming with like a narrow list of movie ideas because not only does it have to be of the era, but then also the protagonist has to be like in some kind of peril or financially, maybe.
A Streetcar Named Desire.
Ooh, that might work. From what I remember, they were not in a great place financially.
I did watch the movie Catch Me If You Can again recently, and
Catch Me If You
it
Can.
was making me think the whole movie should have been called White Privilege the Movie, because this guy just coasts on his privilege forever, and then he gets caught by the FBI, and they're like, we'll give you a job. I was like, what? And now he's like a million. And then at the end, it's like, he's now a millionaire. And he consults banks about fraud. You suck. The end.
I feel the same way about the Will Smith movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, which if you've never seen it, is just like this deluge of like misfortune that happens to this one dude and he's like a genius and he's like really gregarious and like everybody likes him and everything, but it's just like hardship. And then at the end, he becomes successful. And after watching it, I was like, this is the most blatant criticism of capitalism I've ever seen in my life. Like, this should not exist. Like, that guy's life should not have been that hard. And I think, Rob, to your point, it would be funny if there was like a white guy going through the exact same thing and he got the job like immediately.
Well, actually,
you live on the street? Come be a stockbroker. Come. It's so easy. Come here.
It's funny you mentioned that because I got into a debate with a friend of mine over the TV show, I believe, called what was it? Maid, like about her being a maid. Yeah.
I don't know that one.
So Pursuit of Happiness is based on a book written by the guy who went through all of that. Black man and played by Will Smith. The TV show Maid is about based on a book written by a white woman who went through that exact same thing. I see a friend of mine post an article or like share an article that says, "Why is the maid white?"
Oh my god.
And I'm like, because the girl's white? Like, yeah, but there's a lot more Latina maids out there. And I was like, I don't necessarily know if that's true, but even if it was, she's white. This is her story. She wrote it. It's a book. It got on the bestseller list. She got a TV deal. Why? At what point is she supposed to change the woman to a Latina woman? Because like 32% of maids are Latina. Like, I'm just out of curiosity. And she's like, no, and we go back and forth for a long time. And I'm just like, I cannot, even if you change it from a white woman to a Latina woman, you can't just change the person's race, because every single interaction that she would have, everything in her book, and thus in the show, would have been how a white woman went through this, right? Like, wouldn't a Latina woman go through an entirely different set of issues, problems, everything?
It would have been harder.
Right. Arguably, it would have been harder. And that's a fair
Better
assumption
food,
to make. Better food. It would have been spicier. But if
Why don't you just send her a link to Made in Manhattan and be like, there you go.
They already did the Hispanic version.
Worked out great. It was one of the stranger arguments that I got into about it, and then I started to research and look into it, because I was like, I had a hunch. I was like, when you hear these statistics, usually it's a matter of like it's disproportionately X, Y, and Z, right? And she was like, most of the maids are this. And I was like, again, I'm not sure if that's true. There's a lot of poor white country like areas in the country. You should, and then sure enough, it was like not even close. Like, white people are still everywhere in this country.
Your friend might have been being a bit racist.
That's when the conversation ended, actually. Because I was like, it's a little weird that when you hear maid, you say Latina woman. And she was like, this conversation's over. And I was like, all right. So I won?
Yeah, there's sometimes it's like Do you want to be right or do you want to have a friend? You want to be right or you want to be happy?
Anything else for this bit, guys, before we move on?
Do a movie version for Rob that's the pursuit of being right.
I'm doing a Rubik's Cube in the back of a cab, and I have no friends.
No one was sharing it with you.
The pursuit of being correct.
I'm just sitting there in the bathroom stall, keeping the door closed with my foot as I'm just being right. These are all seeds for Pursuit of Happiness. If you
I like it where everything that Will Smith's character was going through, it was because, he was a black man living in America. He made a bad call, financially, everything. Everything that's going wrong in your movie is just because you're right about something and you will not let it go. It's like, Rob, I'm sorry, I got to fire you, man. And you're like, well, I'm going to have to sleep in a bathroom. It's just like, I know, but there's the thing is 0.9 repeating is the same as 1.
Fine, whatever. Screw you, buddy. The guy at the homeless shelter thinks that the first season of The Next Generation is the best season. And I'm like, God, you're an idiot. I'm not sleeping here.
I picture you when you're holding the bathroom door closed with your foot. You're going, technically by squatters' rights, I'm allowed to be here.
I said occupied. You heard me say, why are you still trying to get in here?
It's handicap accessible. It's not strictly for handicapped people.
Excellent bit.
That's funny. Anyway, could you use any of that?
Oh, yeah, that's all going in the
All right. Good.
Anything else before we move on to Rob Ryan, you guys?
No, but that was great. We should cut it.
Yes. Nothing
all right.
natural.
Next up, we got Rob Ryan.
Rob Ryan. All right.
Thank you, guys. Whew. I had a bit. I forget if I've told you this idea before, so don't stop me if I did. You guys know about my brother's a professional poker player. I actually got to see him this week. He came over for Thanksgiving, which was nice. I started to play poker because of him, and I got really into the game. And I wanted to start to learn to try to get better. I wanted to get as good as I could get. It was fun for me. But when I first started, I would get so beat up, and I would have these losing sessions, losing hands, and I would come to him and complain. I would just tell him about, this hand really frustrated me. I had this losing session that really got to me. And my brother taught me a very, very valuable lesson in poker. He just said, Rob, just win or learn. That's it. You just got to win or learn, which was great advice because for the next 2 years, I learned so much. I would go to sleep at night just thinking, I don't know if I can learn anymore. It's like my head is throbbing. Last month, I learned most of my rent. Just learned it. Okay, that's all I got so far.
That's awesome.
Yeah, agreed. It's awesome. The rent comment is exactly where I want the joke to go. Okay. I just want more things to happen. Like you lend somebody money and they come for, and he's like, I'm sorry, I learned it.
It's all up here now.
You see a win-loss record with the WL and it's like 0 to 10. You're like, that team must be so smart. Wow. I'm betting on them.
Think how much the Jets learned this season.
That's great.
You go to the bodega to buy some food and they're like, all right, that's $8.25. And you're like, listen, I was learning this week, so I don't have that. But if I don't learn this week, I can definitely pay you back. I will say that I know that you know this. I know that we're just riffing, but I think that the beginning needs to be chalked up and concisified.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I wind up doing that a lot when I bring things to you guys where I'm just like, we're just talking.
Yeah.
But it's not like a real beginning, and I should probably think more clearly about that.
Yeah, you just need to say, my brother's a professional poker player, and after I lost a bunch, he gave me some good advice.
Would it be funny to reframe someone in Gamblers Anonymous? Like they're giving the speech about like what they're doing there and how awful their life has become because of gambling, but it's just all about learning. Just like, my wife came home from work and she's like, where's the kids' college fund? And I'm like, I learned. I learned all day. I was just been on a real learning streak.
She doesn't need a college education because I got.
I love that. That's what I was going to ask, actually. I was like, do you think that there's a time when I can switch that word and then just start talking about education?
I think so.
Yeah. At any point, like,
I think you can hammer home the learn a few times and then start switching and just pull apart the bit and into whichever way you want to go.
So in that case, like, then you can be indignant at that point because like people love getting an education. So it's almost, if people are coming down on me, where it's like, do you realize what you've done? You're like, I am getting an education. I'm doing something with my life. I wake up every day and I put knowledge into my brain.
Yeah, I like the idea that, I don't know, you try to, you strike out with a woman and one of your friends is like, oh, you really took an L last night. You're like, I sure did.
I like looking at just a real destitute guy, not doing great. It's just dirty, smelly, no money. And I'm just like, oh, that guy could, like as if he's, what could he teach me? That guy seems like he must be very knowledgeable. It's like Buddha.
That's why Buddhist monks, they're so knowledgeable. They've lost everything.
He's lost everything. Oh man, I've just circled back. Maybe that's the key to life. Now you're making me think of a separate joke where I think Buddha was just like a horrible gambler, and he's like, no, you're supposed to do this. This is good for your brain.
So I have nothing now? Great. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I won.
Yeah, I am enlightened. Maybe you should learn from me.
I'm playing a different game.
You're wearing robes. Yes, right. You're sitting on a rock. I'm closer to
exactly.
Oneness.
I can show you how to do this. Is there something with the different ways that people learn? Like I'm a visual learner.
Good point. Yeah, visual learner.
I'm an economic learner.
Yeah, I'm a
Financial learner.
visual learner, tactile. I like auditory.
Or you see a blind guy, you're like, visual learner. Because he lost his
sights. Yeah, there's something so funny about the phrase visual learner. I wonder how that, like, how do you lose money, I guess, but in a visual way? Or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, like they're like, Mr. Ryan, you have no more money to bet. And you're like, I'll believe that when I yeah, I'm a visual learner.
I'm a bit of a visual learner. Could you just show me what I've lost? Okay, it's right here. Here's a chart.
I've learned.
Okay.
This goes back to the Gamblers Anonymous idea, but I mean, I think eventually, like you're talking about using the word education. I think substituting the word loss for learn in other situations, like it's like, I learned my wife, I learned my kids, I learned my house.
That's great. I like loser and learner if I can make that work too. Wow.
You could also go analogous in that you think anybody who's a winner is an idiot.
It's true. He's rich.
He's got all the chips.
But what did he learn?
He didn't learn anything.
Some people never learn.
Beautiful.
This is why riches rings on women. Yeah. There we go. I think that's the line. Thank you guys so much. That was super
Rob Ryan. Excellent bits.
Next up, we got a good one. Let's cut it out.
Yeah. Next up, we got Brett Dreck. But before we do that, just want to remind everybody to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/ITAPod. A lot of great exclusive content on there. You can be a patron for as little as $1 a month, as much as you like. You don't have to watch any of the extra content. If you just want to support the show, you can just be a patron and not watch anything. It's up to you. But there's also great exclusive content on there. Lots of cool tiers, lots of great benefits. Patreon.com/ITAPod. And next up, we got Brett Dreck.
Jared, you're getting so good at that you could sell Mattel toys on a commercial eventually.
Yeah. Or Micro Machines.
Micro Machines, yeah.
Do you remember the Micro Machines guy was like huge? Like he was a big deal. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's like on talk shows and everything,
don't
talking
remember.
fast.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
That's it.
He was on Saved by the Bell too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Doing the same thing. He was talking fast.
Yeah, that's the
But he was
shtick.
playing a character. Yeah, it was great.
Okay, so I've only once in my life been described as a snack. I was in college, hooked up with a lady, and she told me I was a snack, and I was like so excited, made me feel so good that I told two of my friends. And one of them told me, he was like, "Oh yeah, I hooked up with her last week," and the other one said, "I have plans with her tomorrow." And I realized that she was just between meals.
I love that joke. Between meals. The two guys were the meals, Jarret.
But were they also snacks? That's where I'm getting hung up on this. Because there's nothing in the joke that suggests that they were like more special than you were. It's almost like she has a lot of snacks. You know, she's a
I see.
snackaholic.
She's overeating.
Yeah. Maybe she's diabetic. I mean, she has to have snacks at regular intervals.
Yeah, she's got to keep her blood sugar up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where the logic of the joke loses me. The meal suggests that they're better than you somehow, right?
No, I don't think so. Snacking is something that you do in between meals
So why are they the meal and you're not the meal?
because I'm the one that you told was a snack.
Right.
Oh,
it is
okay.
true that you have to not go the mental direction that you were going, Jarret. And I'll admit I was maybe thinking that as well. But then when I put it together, I was like, oh, that's true. They're meals and he's a snack. But I do maybe agree with Jarret that it could cause even the tiniest bit of confusion. So maybe there's just something that can be done to clarify that point.
Okay.
Well, I guess what kind of started creeping into my head was the idea that it doesn't negate the fact that you are a snack. Well, maybe it does, because the whole point of she calling you a snack, are you saying that, oh, I wasn't physically fit to her in her mind? It was just that I'm being called a snack because there are two meals.
I guess what it is like I feel special, and then I don't feel special,
Right.
and that's really the joke for me.
But what I went through my head was like, oh, Brett feels special because he looks good and he's physically fit, and she's complimenting him on that. The fact that she may have sex with other men doesn't negate that fact. It changes things in a different way, which is still fine. And that's what kind of makes it funny for me, because you're like, oh, I don't mind that you're sleeping with other men as well. But maybe you do mind that you thought you were a snack for a different reason, or I don't know. I can't explain it, because do you understand what I mean to say like the wrong thing has been downgraded? You could still be a snack. It's just that she likes.
What if my two friends are bigger?
Like big.
Yes. If you made that the case, then the joke would be obvious and clear to
Right,
that
okay.
degree. Maybe almost heavy-handed, but still.
It seems like I would be shoehorning that in pretty clunkily. There may be an artful way to do it, but I'd have to think on it.
Yeah.
Okay, good notes.
Well, if you looked up to your friends, and this is packing a lot, and I do understand. But if you were excited enough where you went to your friends who are more like, I don't know, traditional frat bro kind of guy, and you're just like, oh yeah, it's like I never been called a snack. So I went to my friends who are just like more, they're big tall guys and blah 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 and this and that. So I told them, I was like, hey, this girl, whatever. And like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sleep with her. Oh yeah, okay,
Right.
whatever. Oh, I guess she was just between meals, kind of thing.
Right.
And now I have the visual that for some reason that these were guys to aspire to.
Okay, I think I could probably make that happen naturally.
What you thinking about, Jarret?
Just more of the same. Just like trying to see if there's a way to thread that needle, because now that I'm sort of like visualizing like the two big guys, and I'm like, oh, what's like a funny way to sort of like communicate the snack part of it that's not like Brett is cute and good like a snack, but more like I'm just horny between dates, and so I just want to pop this guy in real quick. Yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult needle to thread.
Maybe we can I like deconstructing snack a bit too. Snack's kind of nice. It's nice to have a snack. It's delicious, yummy. It's good.
It is, but you wouldn't want to have a snack as a meal. I don't know. I mean, the joke is it's completely contrived. Like it's all made.
Right.
I just the word snack is very funny to me, because it's like it's not a full thing, but to call somebody that, it's kind of like I'm just a snack. I don't know. It's just weird. Like I feel like a good comment would be like, ooh, you're a 4-course meal, you know, like you're
Right.
you're a dessert or something like that.
That's what I started thinking about, because deconstructing that word snack, you know, ooh, like it's such a compliment. Ooh, that guy's a snack. And you're like, meaning you're gonna have it for 10 minutes and then not think about it again because you got
Right.
you have dinner to prepare.
You are half a Twix bar.
I like the
I'm
idea
not
that a
going to eat
snack
the
is
whole thing because I don't want to ruin my appetite.
just like something that you do throughout the day, but you don't like
Yeah.
waste too much time on.
When you eat out of boredom.
Yeah, everything about snacks, it's like, yeah, you might get texted at 2 a.m. because, snacking.
Late night snack.
Late night snack. So I guess it depends on whether you feel like that's a negative thing or not. Because I could see it being pushed either way. I could be convinced of either. Then I would say that I'd push for the 2
Snack
a.m.
pack, that's an orgy.
Snack pack.
That's kind of funny in the context of the original joke. Like, you're all snacks. She's having a snack pack. What do you think about this? Might not be anywhere close to the framing, but if you're thinking about like calling someone a snack is like a nice thing to say, like, ooh, you're hot, you're sexy. But the snack part of it makes it also seem ethereal, not serious. And if your persona maybe wants that might be the fun juxtaposition. Like, ooh, she called me snack, so maybe this could be like a long-term thing. I'm eventually going to get invited over to meet her family, but then you don't bring a snack to your family, you know, like you don't bring it. That's not a dish that you bring over.
A snack, by definition, isn't something that you deal with long term.
It's not substantive.
Yeah, and you're right. If you
Yeah,
were to
maybe
come over for Thanksgiving dinner, you wouldn't bring a snack. You wouldn't bring like Fritos to Thanksgiving dinner.
Sure, and that could be a second part of the joke. If I can get that first part working, I can get indignant and be like, and I'm glad I've never been called a snack since, because I don't want to be a snack. I'm an entree.
Yeah,
I'm a dessert.
A snack's not even an appetizer.
Yeah.
I'm not even an appetizer. I'm not even wings.
I believe snack is meaning like you are, like you look great, your body's on point, etc. And you're like, what a snack. And then you got called a snack and you're just like, oh my God, does that mean that my body's awesome? But then later you realize, oh, no, she didn't mean that snack as in body's awesome. She meant snack as in, someone to have sex with between meals. And I'm like, okay, that's funny. So maybe even just the slightest twist of
That actually would lead in Will if I'm like, oh, I guess I'm looking fit or something like that. So I go to my gym buddies and I tell them, I'm like, hey, I got called a snack by this girl. They're like, oh yeah, I hooked up with her last week. Oh yeah, I got plans with her next week. Oh, she's just between meals.
Perfect. Yeah, gym buddies is so concise, and you're like, I know exactly what you mean when you say gym buddies. That's so funny.
One thing I want to add to this snack conversation is that I don't know the correct way that the kids use the word snack. Because if you hook up with somebody, do they then cease to be a snack? Because isn't the whole thing about a snack that they're tempting? Like, isn't that something that you say to somebody that you're about to hook up to, looking like a snack?
Leedy?
Oh, are you asking me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, you're
our ambassador.
You're the hippest here. Have you seen your hat?
Looking like a snack.
I don't think that's necessarily true. No.
Okay, I'm wrong.
What is your take on the definition of a snack?
I would call anyone a snack if they look good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, but don't do that.
Honestly,
Anyone?
I think I understood.
All right, leave some of those thoughts to yourself, okay?
I'm just gonna start throwing out some names, Leedy. You let us know if they're a snack or not. All right.
Brett's gym buddy.
Ooh, yeah, let's go through all of Brett's Facebook friends. Hey, who is a snack? Snack attack.
I actually think I understood the joke originally, like when it was first said. I got the direction.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta check in with Leedy more.
Yeah.
Feedback from all you confused, but she gets it. Yeah, no, always good to know where there might be some pitfalls. I'll probably try it as is because it was the most concise. And then if I'm noticing I'm getting 60-70% of the audience, then I might working the gym buddy thing. But yeah, always that's good feedback and good notes, and I got directions to go with it. Thanks, guys.
Woohoo! All right, great job, Britt Druck. And next up, we've got the lady in the hat. She's gonna do some drawings for us.
Already?
Lady in the hat. She will set up her iPad. I'll just make this song go longer while you're setting up. She's the lady in the hat, and
We're just gonna cut it. We're just gonna cut it.
No, don't cut all this stuff. Is
We're just gonna
great.
cut this,
Lady in the hat. She's the lady in the hat.
The first one is this. The floor people are coming.
That's amazing.
That's what it looks like.
That's so awesome.
Minus the arm.
He looks awesome.
So that's where a lot of my time went.
Yeah, that drawing's
That's
amazing.
Leedy Corbin,
Wait,
everybody.
Can you go back? Can you go back to that drawing real
Yes,
quick?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
So this I think is really funny about this is that guy should be fixing the floor.
That's how he fixes it.
He's
Yeah,
like a
Lord.
monster. It
Reaches
should be
up
an
and then he pulls it
animation
down.
He pulls it right back down.
Look how hard he's working. Look at his face.
Oh, it's so funny.
The man behind the front
There's
desk.
a big one.
Floors.
Then I have how difficult it will be for those who have wealth to enter the kingdom of heaven. Jesus, dude, you lost.
It's harder for a camel to walk through the eye of a needle than to get into. All right, buddy. Let's get out of the casino.
I'm just saying, you can throw me out of here. I'm getting into heaven. Yeah. That guy's not the guy that won.
He's the camel.
That's all I got.
Yeah, Leedy Corbin.
Hey, Leedy.
Art for my heroes. She's got a hat. LeedyCorbin.com.
Sign up for a Patreon so she can get more hats.
More hats.
I don't need more hats. I have so many.
Leedy will be listing on her Patreon all of the people that she thinks are snacks, which is why I will never be a patron.
At the $100 level, she will call you a snack.
Thank you so much, Leedy. Thank you guys for coming on, and thanks to all of our listeners, watchers, and people in our lives.
Yeah.
And I have
Outro.
a special thank you for Outro Goes Here.
Do you guys want to, Rob, you could have a little time in between. We could do business, or we can just get off, whatever.
I still like, let's keep our business meeting to the time that we agreed on, Thursday between 5 and 7. Are we okay with that?
Thursday between 5 and 7.
Sure. Is your ceiling falling in?
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
Oh, hey,
You
Rob,
heard it? You heard
I
this
can
little
see you.
smash?
Glad we.
I can see you down there.
Glad we
Sorry
didn't.
about that.
We didn't do an in-person meet at your place.
Yeah, back by the radiator, there's been like little chunks falling all the past couple days. It's really funny.
You're waiting on the ceiling people to
Yeah.
to come.
Oddly enough, they're the same as the floor people.
Whoa.
Yeah, because when you go through, one becomes the other.
One man's floor people, another man's ceiling people.
I had a joke earlier for you. It was like, I like the idea of them, like, they're like, we have no floor people. We got village people. We got, I was trying to think of more people that they were going to send you instead.
Other outro goes here.
Thanks so much for watching. Check back every Monday for new episodes, or you can listen wherever you enjoy podcasts. If you want to help support the show, tell your friends how much you like Is This Anything? Or get involved, like an episode, share, comment, subscribe. If you want more Is This Anything, you got to join our Patreon at patreon.com/ITAPod. We have a ton of awesome exclusive content on there, and you can join for as little as $1 a month. Check out the links in the description, and hopefully we'll see you next week.